Hi, my name is Dulce Maria Diaz. I was born in Tumbiscatío de Ruiz in Michoacán, Mexico. And since the age of 5, my family and I migrated to the south side of Chicago. I've always been an intuitive artist. I've always had a lot of dreams and have interpreted them. And in 2014, I had a series of dreams, which I felt was really important. During a time of illness, I continued to have these dreams where I was in this university. For my birthday, I went to go see a spiritual counselor, and she said, "This is the University of Chicago. I don't know what this means to you, but you need to be there." And what she described to me sounded like easels, like an art studio. And I said, "I definitely cannot afford the University of Chicago, and I've made art all my life, but I'm not an artist." And she looked at me like I was crazy. She said, "You are an artist, and you need to be there." And I really took that, and I started looking into it. I knew I couldn't afford it, but then I saw that they had this visual art certification program through the Hyde Park Art Center. So I thought, wow, that's freaking amazing. So I applied, and they told me that they had already started the process, but that they would let me start to take the classes. And I started with the writing for arts with Susan Snodgrass, and then I took the curatorial class with Allison Quinn, and then I took a teaching class with Halesh Patel. And I felt very out of place during this entire time because I had never went to art school. I was not very familiar with a lot of the terminology. And but at the same time, I was really enjoying it. I was like a very curious kid. The fourth class that was to be taken to complete this would be the business for art class. And that was where I was like, oh, I don't need this. I'm definitely not interested in business, but everything told me that I needed to go there and that it was important. And that's where I met Rebecca George, who really encouraged me to listen to why I was there. She asked us to pretend that we could outlive whatever that we wanted. So I thought, well, if I could pretend that I could do anything, I'd have my own gallery and invite the artists that I grew up with, that I truly respect and felt like really belonged in those type of galleries. I actually started forming Paveway, and I knew that I could not afford a place, so what I did was I built a website so this gallery can have its own home. And while the time that I was sick, sharing his energy, I felt like that's what I was doing. I felt like I wasn't doing this on my own. I felt like these were messages from God. Sharing his energy, I felt like that would be a very appropriate name and very inclusive to his and she. So I liked the word she gallery, and I liked its meaning very much, and I liked how it would include everybody, and I wanted its mission to be just that, to include everybody. Not let it be a place where you needed to have a degree or that you needed to know somebody or that you needed to have money. I wanted it to be a place where everybody could just really be free and be free to live their dreams and not be afraid to live their dreams. So I knew that I needed to find the exact resources to build this gallery. I knew that I didn't have the money to have a place, so I got together a website. And I thought I could have a gallery by taking my roots. I used to be in a party production, and what we would do is we would find the place, get a DJ, promote it. So I thought, well, I could find a place to have these art exhibitions, find the artists, and promote them. And this is how I would do, I would run S.H.E Gallery. So that was the plan. And I thought these would be important exhibitions with really important themes, cultural, self-esteem, everything that I felt was really important and needed in the world right now. I think that self-esteem is really important so that we can believe in ourselves and feel like we're a part of society, so we could take part of society, so we could be encouraged to get involved, to vote, to run for office, to stay in school. The power of education. You cannot take away the power of education. I just felt like all of that was really important, to be free, to really know yourself and understand yourself. And so I felt like if we had a place that can promote this, then we'd have a really good chance at having, I don't know, maybe influence a lot of goodness. Taking those roots, I started with these art exhibitions, and we did Paveway. That was the graffiti art history show. At the end of 2016 was one of our biggest stepping stones, I think, for S.H.E Gallery. We had a call for artists. Usually I pick an artist, but this was the first time that we had a call for art, and I invited absolutely everybody. And this ended up being an international art show. We had artists from Canada, from Austria, from California, from New York, from all over the world, really. Bolivia. We had Sandra from California actually come here. We had 93 pieces of art, and it was such a great success. It was such a great energy, and everybody's still asking, when are you going to do another solar system? Why was this show so successful? Because it was just that. The show was about all of our souls being connected to each other, and that was really felt. That was really felt. And we would like for She Gallery to have more shows like that to continue to connect people on a spiritual level. One of the big things that we did was at the Cultural Center. We were part of Lake FX, and I was teaching people how to write basic art exhibition proposals. I teamed up with Elephant Room Gallery with Kim Atwood from Elephant Room, then pick an artist to win and have an art exhibition at her gallery in the South Loop, and she loved the idea. We worked together there. We had that at our art exhibition, and it just kept on rolling. In 2017, I also worked on some film productions for some other artists, and then I got involved with Can TV, where I was able to then start broadcasting and hosting my own television shows. And it's a hotline show, so there I get to invite other artists, local artists, doers, entrepreneurs. I invite them to share their story and to inspire other people. So right now we don't have a space, but part of our mission is to build our own art and education center so that we can have our space. The Hyde Park Art Center was the place for me. I would like She Gallery to be that for a greater neighborhood, and introduce other topics that I feel are important and should be affordable. We are working on our first performance art fundraiser, so we're also moving into that type of art. So far we've had visual art exhibitions, we've had contests, we've worked with the city, we've worked with television, we've worked with broadcasting. And we would like to continue to allow this to grow into having our own center. We're also looking for members. We're also looking for board of directors. So we really want She Gallery to be a community tree. We have our foundation, we have our roots, and we want this to grow as big as it needs to be. So we're inviting everybody to join She Gallery.